This week, I finally dropped 1.5 pounds of body weight and weighed in at the lightest I've weighed this year at 184.1 pounds. Now, this week was not perfect. I only hit on average around 7,700 steps a day. I went to the gym 2 days out of 3. However, I was able to hit all my calorie goals, probably thanks to Simmer Eats. And a couple of days ago, I also got a new DEXA scan to measure a new baseline for this transformation journey, which put me at just over 20% body fat, which is only a 2% increase from November last year. I will touch on the key points from that scan in this video. However, I will do a deep dive review of the report in a video I'm going to upload tomorrow. Now let's get into this week's check-in. So my diet for this week has been pretty good. My macros are on the screen now from what I set last week. I hit them every day. I used Simmer Eats meals for my dinners every day, which saves a lot of time in meal prep. And I'm going to do a deep dive into my first week of Simmer Eats as well in a video that's going to release on Thursday. I really do think the meal prep did help me stick to my calorie goals this week, which is a very positive outcome for that. And for next week, I'm going to stick to the same macros of 2,190 calories, which is 180 grams of protein, 210 grams of carbs, and 70 grams of fat. Now, on the gym side, I only managed to get to the gym twice this week out of the 3 days planned. I'm a busy dad, right? I've got quite a stressful job, and at times the job takes priority or home life takes priority over being able to go to the gym. This week was just one of those weeks. I don't plan this to happen every week, but sometimes life just gets in the way. Despite this, I felt really good in the gym. I've been hitting PRs constantly. I'm seeing a lot of muscle definition in the mirror in the mornings now. So I'm definitely on the right track and plan to go for the full 3 days next week. The only difference in this week than last is that I'm planning on going Sunday, Wednesday and Friday rather than Sunday, Tuesday and Friday like I did the last 2 weeks. So moving on to steps, I did not hit the 10,000 a day that I planned to do. However, I was not far off with the weekly average. So on the screen now are my steps per day. As you can see, some days were pretty low, pointing out on Sunday when I film, I'm on my bum most of the day, right? And as I said, for my gym excuses for not going all 3 days, work got really, really busy in the second half of the week. So my step count was down there as well. However, I'm still pleased with the outcome. I'm still pleased that I managed to get nearly 8,000 a day on average. And I still have the win on the scale where I lost 1.5 pounds this week. For next week, I'm going to stick to the same goal of 10k a day. I'm going to stick to this goal until I can consistently hit that for a few weeks straight. And at which point I'll review how much weight I'm losing and see if that is a lever I want to pull to increase my deficit. So this week's check-in has been a very quick one, and the reason for that is because I got my DEXA scan on Friday just gone, which changed my whole plan for the next 12 weeks, right? The whole point of the scan was to get a new baseline and to get some more data about where my body is currently. And the difference between this scan and the one I did in November last year was that in November last year, I was really depleted. I was fasting constantly. I was walking 30,000 steps a day and eating very low carbs. So my body was really flat. My muscles were really flat. I wasn't holding much water weight at all. And therefore the scan, although it gave me a good result for the 11 months of being on a body transformation, was not in a very healthy state. So the baseline I got this Friday just gone was me day by day. So I did not do any special rituals for this DEXA scan other than not going to the gym 48 hours prior and stop drinking water 12 hours before the scan. That is all I did. I ate my full diet. I carved up as per usual, which gave me a more accurate baseline for this DEXA scan. So I'm going to go into the DEXA scan report in a lot more detail in a video that I plan to release tomorrow for you as a special bonus. But essentially, on the high level, is I'm weighing 11 pounds more this week than I did in November last year. However, only 6 pounds of that is fat, and 5 pounds of that is lean mass, which really helps with this journey to get to a 15% body fat and then further on to 12%, because it gave me new numbers to aim towards. It actually moved the goalpost closer to me, and I'm very confident that I'm going to be at least 15% body fat or lower by my birthday in 12 weeks time. So this means I'll be starting a 12-week cut, which is started off with a DEXA scan and will end with a DEXA scan exactly 12 weeks apart, which will be just before my 31st birthday. So that wraps up this video. Apologies, it was a very, very quick one for this week's check-in. However, there are reasons for that, and that's because I'm going to put a longer video out tomorrow, going through my DEXA scan report. I'll be doing a review of 1 week on Simmer Eat, which I have renewed. So I'll be eating that this week as well. And the video tomorrow will go over in more detail about what my plan is for the next 12 weeks, including weekly weight loss goals and how I'm going to approach this in regards to percentage of body weight that I would like to lose each week. And I hope everyone's had a great weekend. If you haven't subscribed already and would like to follow my journey, please subscribe. It really does help and I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video.